How does it feel when the husband lives in a flat owned by his wife? My name is Muhammad and I am a storyteller. I tell stories about real estate, money and life in Dubai. And without further ado, let's get started with today's story. As you know, I am a real estate agent. I spend most of my time viewing properties. Sometimes I take my wife with me to show her some empty flats. And because of this, she fell in love with the idea of buying a property in Dubai. I asked her, "Do you want us to buy it together?" She said, "No, I prefer to buy it alone." I said, "Okay." And I helped her to find a hot deal, one-bedroom apartment in Greens, and we moved in. It's really nice and relaxing when you have your own apartment in Dubai. Or in my case, when your wife has her own apartment. Especially if the service charges are reasonable and the AC is free. Add to this that you don't have a mortgage, car loan or any other loan. You and your wife have a passion for cooking. Add the beach to this mix and the result will be an amazing and relaxing life in Dubai. But I started to realize something strange in our relationship dynamics inside the flat. Every time we had to take a decision regarding anything in the flat, it was her decision. The tables, the curtains, the colors, the plants, everything. It was hard for me even to find a place for my small gym equipment. Plus, you can see that look in the eyes of her girlfriends when they visit us. This is the husband that lives for free in his wife's flat. And of course, you cannot escape the endless jokes of your close male friends about getting married and living in her flat. Maybe it was just in my mind. Anyway, one day we had a fight. Normal fight like any other fight between a husband and wife. And because it was her apartment, I decided to go and sleep somewhere else. I slept at that night on a mattress on the floor in an empty flat, and I couldn't sleep. I was thinking that I couldn't handle this pressure of living in my wife's flat anymore, and I found out that the only solution was that I had to buy my own apartment as well. But how? I didn't have any mortgage facilities and I didn't have enough cash at that moment. And suddenly I remembered that I used to be a trader, actually an addict. I stopped in 2015 after a big loss and never did it again. And as in any addiction, you only need a trigger to get back to your old habit. At the beginning, I hesitated a lot and I recalled all the pain that I had in the past because of trading. But this was my only chance if I wanted to buy a flat. So the next day, first thing in the morning, I went to the bank and I transferred the money to my broker's account and I started trading. It was 24th of March 2020. Let me tell you something here. From April 2020 to January 2021, if you put a monkey, a real monkey, in front of the laptop and you ask him to trade, there is no way that this monkey could lose money. And I was lucky, like every monkey who traded during that time. And when I reached my target in January 2021, I sold my stocks and directly bought one-bedroom apartment in Motor City. Now I feel good. She has her apartment and I have mine. We live in one and we rent out the other. We use the rent income to pay our monthly expenses. Now the relationship is more balanced. A few weeks later in the morning and before going to work, I told her, "I'm thinking about buying a desk to use it for reading and work." And she was like, "No, there's no space. Where do you want to put it? It's only one bedroom. What about you use this table instead?" And I was that close to explosion, but I didn't say anything and I left to work. It was only at that moment when I came to find out that whether the flat you live in is owned by you, or it's owned by your wife, or it's a joint ownership, Your wife is always the one who is in charge and in full control of everything that happens inside this flat. This is the sad truth for most husbands. Don't even try. See you in the next video.